Have you ever felt a little slower than you used to be? Pause. Think back to just 5 years ago. Maybe you were tending your garden without a second thought, or easily reaching the top shelf. But now, pause. These subtle shifts, these seemingly small changes in your physical abilities, they're not just inconveniences, they're silent thieves, stealing your joy, your independence, even your sense of self. They can impact your emotional well-being in ways you might not even realize. What if I told you there's a simple test, a way to assess these changes and reclaim the vibrant life you deserve? In your 70s and beyond, your energy and zest for life shouldn't be fading, and they don't have to. This isn't about fighting father time. It's about intelligently navigating this next chapter with wisdom and grace. We'll explore practical strategies, actionable steps, and emotional tools to help you thrive in your 70s and far beyond. Let's start with one simple question. Are you ready to rediscover your joy? 78-year-old Margaret from Toledo, Ohio, used to effortlessly prune her prize-winning roses. Now the simple act of bending down leaves her breathless and aching. It's not just the roses, it's the groceries, the laundry, even reaching for a book on the top shelf. These seemingly small changes, the slower walk, the weaker grip, the slightly blurry vision, they're not just inconvenient, they're chipping away at Margaret's joy, her independence, her very sense of self. Do you feel that familiar twinge, that quiet resignation to a life that feels smaller? Many of you in your 70s and beyond experience these subtle shifts in your physical abilities. It's a silent thief, stealing more than just physical strength. It's stealing your confidence, your zest for life, even your sense of purpose. You may not even realize how deeply these changes are impacting your emotional well-being. Margaret, for instance, feels increasingly frustrated, less useful, even a burden on her family. This is more than just aging. It's about how these changes affect our overall quality of life. We're not fighting father time. We're intelligently navigating this next chapter. This isn't about accepting decline passively. It's about understanding these changes, assessing our capabilities, and adapting to maintain our independence, our joy, and our self-worth. Let's explore a simple, accessible test you can do at home to gain a clearer picture of your current physical state, and then discover strategies to reclaim your vibrant life. We'll start by understanding how those small physical changes can have a significant impact on our emotions. The feeling of being less capable is a powerful one. We'll tackle that next. Then we'll begin building the bridge to a more fulfilling and vibrant life. It begins with awareness. So we've talked about the physical changes that can sneak up on us, those subtle shifts that impact our daily lives. But it's not just the bending and reaching that matters. It's the emotional landscape that these changes create. Think about David, a 75-year-old living in sunny California. He lost his wife Eleanor 6 months ago. The quiet of his house in Carmel by the sea, once a sanctuary of shared laughter and quiet evenings, now feels like a vast, echoing emptiness. He misses her terribly, of course, but more than the grief itself, it's the uncertainty that claws at him. He's not just grieving the loss of his partner, he's grieving the loss of his future, the future they planned together. The vibrant tapestry of their life together, filled with shared dreams and adventures, has been cruelly cut short, leaving him staring into an uncertain and, frankly, frightening future. He feels adrift, alone, and lost. His days feel long and empty, devoid of the routine and the shared moments that once gave them structure and meaning. That loss of companionship, that fear of the unknown, can feel more heavy than any physical ailment. It's a different kind of weight, a quiet ache in the soul. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that life after 70 is all downhill, a slow decline into loneliness and despair. But that simply isn't true. You see, aging gracefully isn't about denying the emotions that arise, the grief, the fear, the loneliness. It's about understanding them, acknowledging them, and finding ways to navigate them with self-compassion and resilience. It's about creating a new narrative for your life, a story that acknowledges the past but is also brimming with possibility. Let's explore how we can do that. We can start by cultivating inner peace. Take a few moments each day to practice mindfulness. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and simply focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. Let your thoughts come and go without judgment. This simple practice can help calm your mind and ease the anxiety you might be feeling. Next, consider reaching out. Connect with friends, family, or support groups. Sharing your feelings with others can be incredibly cathartic. It helps alleviate the feelings of isolation and make you feel understood and less alone in your experience. There are many online and in-person support groups dedicated to helping seniors navigate the emotional challenges of aging. Don't be afraid to seek professional help if you need it. A therapist or counselor can provide guidance and support as you work through your grief and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, find ways to nurture your soul. Revisit your passions, discover new hobbies, or reconnect with activities that bring you joy. Volunteer your time, learn a new skill, or engage in creative pursuits. Filling your days with purpose and activity can not only combat loneliness, but also create a strong sense of self-worth and meaning. This isn't about pretending that everything is perfect. It's about finding moments of joy and gratitude amidst the challenges and building a resilient, vibrant life, despite the changes you are experiencing. And that sense of purpose, that feeling of making a difference, it's not something that disappears overnight, even if our bodies do change. Think of 82-year-old Arthur from Seattle, Washington. He was a carpenter his whole life, building houses, crafting beautiful things with his hands. Retirement felt empty. The tools lay idle, his skills felt unused, and he felt a creeping sense of uselessness. It's a feeling many of you understand, that quiet, persistent ache for contribution, for making your mark, for leaving something meaningful behind. But Arthur found a new purpose, and it didn't involve hammering nails. He joined a local group that builds tiny homes for the homeless, sharing his skills and experience with younger volunteers, teaching them the craft and sharing his knowledge. He's found a renewed sense of purpose, a feeling of community, and a new generation of appreciation for his gifts. It's about using your experiences to help others, finding new avenues to create, and sharing your wisdom. That's the power of redefining purpose. It's not about clinging to the past or trying to recapture our youthful vigor. It's about acknowledging where we are and finding meaningful ways to engage in life. It's a journey of adaptation, rediscovery, and reinvention. And it starts with recognizing what truly brings you joy, what resonates with your soul, what leaves you feeling fulfilled. What are you passionate about? What skills, talents, or experiences could you share with the world? It might be as simple as volunteering at a local library, mentoring a young person, joining a book club, or starting a new hobby like painting, knitting, or writing. Or perhaps it's something completely new, something that surprises even you, but feels innately right. Many of you may have spent years focused on work, family responsibilities, or other commitments. Now is the time to explore those parts of yourselves that have been put on hold for so long. Maybe it's that painting class you always wanted to take, the novel you've always dreamed of writing, or the volunteer work that always tugged at your heart. Now is the time. Think about it. What makes your heart sing? What brings you a sense of accomplishment? What leaves you feeling energized and fulfilled? That's your starting point. Even small acts of service, learning a new skill, or simply engaging in a hobby you love can significantly contribute to your sense of well-being and overall happiness. This is about nurturing your inner life and creating a sense of purpose that sustains you. It's about finding ways to connect with your community, engage with the world around you, and leave a legacy of kindness and generosity. Don't underestimate the power of your experiences, your wisdom, and your compassion. Take some time to reflect on your past experiences. What are you grateful for? What are your strengths? What have you accomplished? The insights you gain through introspection can help you identify activities that align with your values and passions. If you're finding it hard to identify new pursuits, consider making a list of your interests, skills, and past experiences. Look for connections between them and think how you might transform them into meaningful activities in your later years. Don't be afraid to try something new. It's never too late to learn, grow, and discover new passions. Embrace the journey. Remember, this is not about adding more things to your to-do list. It's about selecting activities that nurture your well-being and enhance your quality of life. Choose activities that nourish your soul and let go of the rest. Focus on cultivating a life of joy, purpose, and connection. The beauty of this stage of life is that you have the freedom to redefine what matters most and to shape your future according to your own values and passions. Remember, it's never too late to write the next chapter of your story. You have so much still to offer the world. So where do we go from here? How do you translate all this into a vibrant, fulfilling life? Let's create a personalized plan, a roadmap to navigate this next chapter with confidence and grace. Remember 80-year-old Arthur from Seattle, who initially felt overwhelmed by his arthritis? He started small, a 5-minute walk each day, then 10. He discovered Tai Chi, which gently increased his mobility while providing a sense of calm. Small steps, significant progress. First, let's revisit those subtle shifts we discussed. Do you remember identifying the areas where you felt those little thieves stealing your joy? Maybe it's difficulty with stairs, decreased stamina, or even a diminished sense of confidence. Write these down. This isn't about dwelling on problems, it's about acknowledging them so we can address them thoughtfully and purposefully. Next, we need to tackle the emotional landscape. Think back to David in California and his grief. He found solace in a support group, sharing his experiences and finding comfort in others' journeys. Consider this. What strategies can support your emotional well-being? Is it journaling, meditation, spending time in nature, or connecting with loved ones? Identify one thing you can do today to nurture your inner peace. And finally, let's reignite that sense of purpose. Eleanor in Florida found hers through volunteering at the local library. It brought structure, a sense of contribution, and a wonderful new social circle. What truly ignites your passion? What skills do you possess that you could share with others? What new skill have you always wanted to learn? This isn't about grand gestures. It's about finding small acts that spark joy and meaning. This week, research one activity that aligns with your passions and try it. This is your journey, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. There will be ups and downs, moments of challenge, and moments of pure joy. There will be times you feel discouraged and times you feel empowered. The key is to acknowledge both, to learn from the challenges and to celebrate the victories, no matter how small. Remember Margaret from Toledo and her roses? She found a way, adapting her gardening techniques to continue tending her beloved plants. That's the spirit we're cultivating here. Take a moment now to reflect on what resonated most with you. What is one specific action you can take today to move forward? Share your insights, your successes, your challenges. Let's build a community of support and encouragement together. Your journey is valuable, and your wisdom is a gift. Thank you for joining me on this journey. We've explored the challenges and the possibilities of this stage of life, and I hope you feel a renewed sense of hope and possibility. Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this valuable, consider subscribing so you can receive more support and inspiration. This is just the beginning. We'll continue this conversation and provide more support and resources in the weeks ahead.